On an Android phone, if you have this app installed, Android Device Policy, and you haven't installed it, and it comes from Google Play Store, then there must be there's a chance it might be a hacker, because this is to do with enterprise management, which is some sort of organisation remotely controlling your device to an extent, but possibly with a hacker fully, It's meant for workplaces or schools or organisations, and either if they give you the phone, it's got it installed and they've got control of the phone overall, or you've given them your phone and you've allowed it to be installed on your own phone, and they've got limited control, or that's the theory anyway, or you've bought it second hand and it's for some reason it's there. But if you bought a new Android phone, and this is installed, Android Device Policy, it's to do with enterprise management, and according to Grok, it's not installed on consumer phones, new consumer phones, so you really want to check that out. I know this phone is hacked, and I saw the other day on Google Play Store updates, Android Device Policy, so I checked it out in Grok, and asked it, do you think it should be there, and it said no on a consumer phone, and when I try and uninstall it, I can't, basically. Yeah, I can only uninstall the most recent update. I can't fully uninstall it. So someone else is probably controlling it remotely, I think. In the Play Store app, under the comments, I think Hogan Tora has maybe got this on the ball. You wrote this on the 31st of December 24. If you have this app but didn't install it or know how it got there, you have malware. The program isn't malware, but allows remote attackers to set policy on your phone. It's got a lot of legit uses. No reason to be annoyed at Google, because it is a genuine Google Play app. It's a Google app, and it's meant for controlling your app remotely via an organisation, whether it's a workplace or school or whatever organisation. But you would know about it because you would have been told. So if you're not if you're not using enterprise stuff at all, then it shouldn't be there, if it's just your personal phone that you bought new or whatever. So I think Hogan Tora has got it correctly here. Here's what Grok said. I asked it, is the Android Device Policy app installed by default on any new phone? The Android Device Policy app is not installed by default on all new Android phones. It is primarily intended for devices enrolled in enterprise or organisational management, such as those using Google Workspace or other enterprise mobility management solutions. So EMM is the acronym used, and I think they actually used an acronym for this type of app, ADP or something like that. They called it the Access Device Point or something, I don't know, but typically this app is installed only when a device is set up with a work profile or fully managed by an organisation's IT administrator through the Android Management API. For personal consumer Android phones purchased directly from manufacturers or retailers, the Android Device Policy app is not pre-installed unless the phone is specifically provisioned for enterprise use by the seller or an organisation. Instead, standard Android devices come with Google Play services and other default system apps, but Android Device Policy is an additional app that must be downloaded or deployed manually, often via the Google Play Store or an EMM provider. So in general, yeah, it's saying there's some exceptions, but in general, no, you wouldn't find it. So the ADP means Android Device Policy, based on assuming you mean the Android Device Policy app. No, as I explained earlier, it is not installed by default on most new Android phones, intended for personal use. So if you want to see if you've got this in your phone, I think you can check Google Play Store to see if it's there in your list of apps. Or I think there's a way of looking for your apps, but that's probably the easiest way. This is what I found here, so I can't uninstall this. The only thing I can do is roll it back to the last update, but it'll automatically re-update it anyway. So I'm stuck with this. I know that this phone's hacked, and I'm wondering if this is the main way that they're using it. they're using as sort of the method, the light touch, live off the land, basically. As I showed you earlier, I think I'm hacked via a Russian language Ukraine server, and I think this might be the main, I don't know if it's the main way, but one way that they've got control over the phone Android device policy, which is as if you're in a organisation that you've given allowing to remotely control your thingy, and it means they can live off the land. They don't need to have their own malware on your computer. They only need to have a tiny bit of malware on your thingy to stay connected, and they can actually use a Google app, a legitimate Google app, to do whatever they're doing, remotely control it, and so it just looks as if it's, it's normal. So the only reason I spotted this because I saw it get updated in recent updates, and then I checked in Grok what it was for. You could check, use Google Gemini as well, or ChatGPT. Okay, that's all for just now.